Sign up to the SBR Network and use your free daily bet points to earn real-world prizes. Click on the page and start winning now. The Leslie Frazier era has ended in Minnesota after the Vikings slipped to 5-10-1 and last in the NFC North, missing the playoffs for the third straight time in 4 seasons. The deal is that books, despite the change, still don't expect much from the Vikings and set them at 7 wins for the season. It's now clear that the 2012 Vikings were a fluke, carried to a 10-win season and a wild card spot on the greatness of Adrian Peterson, the NFL MVP of that season. Alas, the Vikings didn't do anything to address a questionable quarterback situation heading into last season, and it cost them dearly. The defense wasn't good, ranking in 31st in yards allowed and last in points at 30 points per game. There's a lot of work to be done on both sides of the ball in this club. There were some rumors that the Vikings might trade Peterson in a Herschel Walker type of deal because they weren't likely to contend while he's still in his prime. However, losing Peterson would give fans few reasons to come and watch the games at home, and it also might make the Vikings the worst offense in the NFL. While Freeman is a goner, Cassell was re-signed and he appears to be the front runner over Ponder to start. It's certain that the Vikings might take a quarterback in the first few rounds of May's draft. Minnesota's big additions were cornerback Captain Munnerlyn, defensive end Corey Wooten, and defensive tackle Levon Joseph. The big loss was one of the greatest defensive players in the franchise history with defensive end Jared Allen. Minnesota brought in Bengals defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer to replace Frazier, who was 21-32-1 in 3 seasons. With Zimmer, the Bengals defense ranked in the top 10 in 4 of the past 5 seasons. Mike brought in highly respected Norv Turner as his offensive coordinator, something that a dude named Peterson made really happy. Minnesota's schedule is ranked as the easiest of the NFC North teams, with 12th easiest in the NFL. An opponent's 2013 winnings percentage of .477. The Vikings play 5 playoff teams this season. The Vikings welcome New England for their first regular season game at the University of Minnesota, where they will play for the next couple of years. That starts the toughest 4-game stretch of the season with 3 games against playoff teams and a 4th straight against the Falcons club that reached the NFC Championship game in 2012, and they should be much better than last year. Minnesota should be very competitive from week 6 through week 10. The Vikings have won 15 of their past 16 home games against the Lions, including closing the Metro Dome with a 14-13 win in week 17 last year. But we'll see if playing outdoors can change things a little bit for them. We think that the play here should be on the under 7 wins, because if you don't have a quarterback, you're not going to win games in the NFL. The Vikings might have one with Cassell, but that remains to be seen, as he's mostly considered to be a solid backup, while Ponder should go the way of Tebow. For SBR Forums The Vig, this is Dax Floyd.